my thought process, weirdly enough, it wasn't as ugly as game one, but it's almost the same thing.
Yep.
The Celtics, they were sort of sleepwalking through the most of the game. Up 16, up 18, keeping them at bay, up 15. Not really letting the Knicks couldn't score. They couldn't score. 60 points through 3 quarters. Couldn't score. And then the second the fourth quarter hit, the Celtics went on a 8-minute drought without a field goal. And then the Knicks rumble back. All of a sudden, you're dancing down 7, down 3. Then it's a 1-point game, and it's before you even blink. And then you need a couple crucial plays here and there. Advantage Knicks. Close out the game. Jalen Brunson, big plays once again. And then Jason Tatum, the lack thereof, once again. Not pleased with the Celtics.
We talked yesterday about Tatum in a big spot. He had a good second to last possession. How about that? But the last possession, Colin, how are you indecisive there? How don't you know? Colin, it's not like there were 5 seconds left in the ball game when you inbounded the ball. There's 15 seconds left when you inbounded the ball. I'm not going to get on Joe Mazzulla for not calling a timeout. Let him play. There's 15 seconds left. If you can't figure out a good shot with 15 seconds left, that's on you, bro. I put that 100% on Jason Tatum for being indecisive and wanting to pass the ball. He does a step back and then realizes he's being double-teamed. Finally, the whole arena saw that he was getting double-teamed besides Jason Tatum. He panics and he tries to pass. Kyle, I think this is catastrophic level, terrible play by the Celtics. Let me give you some numbers. 840, Kyle. At the 840 mark in the fourth quarter, you had 84 points. The Celtics had 84 points. They were up by 16 points. They scored 6 points in the final 8 minutes and 40 seconds of the game.
They were terrible.
And the Knicks went on a 23-6 run to end the game.
And it was one of those things where the Celtics got good looks. They had a wide-open Tatum 3 with 3 minutes to go, a wide-open Holiday look. They were getting looks. They just keep shooting the threes. They continue. And it wasn't going well when they were going to the basket anyway. But my takeaway is the second it got close, for the second game in a row now, the second it got close at the end of the game, one team has a specialized closer and the other team doesn't. It's almost like the Celtics know they want to go to Tatum, but they almost, part of them wants to go to Jaylen Brown, part of them wants to go to Drew Holiday, part of them wants to see if Derek White can make a play. There's an indecision on who your closer is. Knicks, Jalen, go get us one. And go make a play. And he does.
Jalen played bad for like 3.5 quarters, too. It's not like he blew the doors off of me the entire game.
He had mostly a bad game.
And it was like that in game 1, too. It was like that multiple times against Detroit, where, his field goal percentage might have been bad. He might have been missing a lot of shots. But when you need a bucket from him, when you need him in a big spot, he's going to be there. Fair play to Thibodeau and the Knicks. Kyle, all year long, I said, hey, they're playing their guys too much. Tibbs, you play 6 guys. You're playing your guys 45 minutes. Bridges played 51 minutes in a game this series. I think that's working to their advantage right now. You flip it on over to a Cleveland team and had Donovan Mitchell, who is absolutely gassed after 35 minutes. This right now with Tibbs and the way they're coaching, it's working. The issue, Colin, the Celtics, in 2 games, the Celtics have shot 100 threes. Colin, they've made 25.
Yeah, that's why I got to give this part of this to Mazzulla, too.
25%. 25% from 3.
You don't need to shoot 100 threes over 2 games. Listen, they were tired. I didn't get the sense that they were completely beat up and broken down by the end of the game, and that's why the Knicks had the advantage. I just got the sense that the Knicks knows they can close a game better than Boston can, because they got better closers than Boston can. They make timely plays. The Celtics sort of are coasting, and then all of a sudden, when they realize that there's a sense of urgency to this specific play or that specific play, they haven't been playing like that all game, and therefore they can't get it done. It is bizarre. I give a lot of this to Mazzulla, Joe Mazzulla, the head coach of the Boston Celtics.
You're on him today, huh?
What do you think? He's coming out. We like the looks we got, Joe. You can't say this every game. Not with the way you guys have been playing. With the amount of max contracts that you've handed out, mid-season acquisitions, good draft picks. You go deep. You get the 6th man of the year, first team All-NBA guys, a different Finals MVP, Porzingis, who nobody knows what's going on with him with the illness. Drew Holiday, who's a multi-time champion with 2 different teams, and they're shooting 100 threes in 2 games. Joe, let's change it up. It's your ball movement works. You can't score 91 points at home. You can't do that. That's not going to work. Not with the amount of offense that you guys have. And weirdly enough, I almost walk out of that game with the same perspective as I walked out of game one. The Celtics are better than the Knicks. That's just the bottom line. But the Knicks have intangibles that the Celtics lack. The Knicks can close a game. The Knicks have a sense of toughness. The Knicks can win gritty. The Celtics win by finesse. And it doesn't serve them really well in the series. The Celtics built this roster to combat Boston. And it's working.
The history standpoint, too, of being up, 20 points and blowing it, the first team in NBA history to be up by 20-plus points and blow it for 2 straight games, being 25 of 100 from 3. And then how about the Knicks here, Kyle? Here's something for you today. The Knicks are the only team in NBA history to have 5 road playoff games won by 3 points or less. Kyle, 3 points or less. 5 straight road playoff games won by 3 points or less.
They've also won 5 in a row. 5 on the road.
Listen, they know how to win a close game. If this gets to a close game at the end, I give the greater sign to the Knicks. The long droughts by the Celtics it's like they just put the car in cruise control. And we're up 16. We're good. We're the Celtics. We're the defending champ. We don't got to worry about these bums in New York.
It's so bizarre that team has championship DNA all over the roster because they don't play like it. They don't play like it at all. Indiana almost plays like it. The Knicks also play like it. They elevate levels based on the urgency of the play, the urgency of the moment. The Celtics don't have that. It doesn't even seem like they're that convinced they want to go to Tatum at the end of the game with Tatum with his shimmy shot and the one-on-one matchup hunting to try to get Brunson on him.
Yep.
Doesn't know whether he wants to go to the basket in mid-range, take a 3. That ISO game doesn't necessarily work. They don't run an offense when the game's on the line. They say, Tatum, go get us one. When they run an offense all game. That's not their. It's very bizarre.
It was one of the worst last shots I've seen in my life, Colin.
Well, it's one of the worst I've ever seen in my life. Mikal Bridges credit because he's been excellent defensively throughout the whole series.
Mitchell Robinson, by the way, forced him in his offhand left as well when they were trying to do the switch. I think all around great defensive play by the Knicks.
Yeah,
Kyle, Celtics still minus 105 to win the series. I'm taking it. I did this on Theoretically Speaking today. I'm still taking the Celtics. After watching the Celtics last night, it made me feel better about being a Cavalier fan as well. I'm still taking these guys in this series. I am. I'm still taking the Cavs. I'm still taking the Celtics 0-2.
Yeah, I think I probably would as well.
Come around.
I mean, at a certain point, you got to turn this around, but that is going to be a very difficult game 3. There's a lot riding on that.
It is.
Because the Celtics, if they lose to the Knicks in the second round of the postseason, with all the guys that they have under contract, with all the assets that are getting better that they're going to eventually have to pay, that team is going to retool in some capacity. That team will call for Giannis if they lose that game. They will be on the number with Milwaukee to try to get Giannis Antetokounmpo if they miss that. That would be my takeaway. They're going to try to get they'd have to. Because I mean, it won last year, it's hard to repeat. Everybody knows that. It's harder the second time around. The Magic, the stars have to align twice. But if I'm the Celtics, you got to figure out how to close these games. And you don't need to shoot 500 threes. You don't need to do it. You're not shooting well from 3? All right, adjust. It's like Mazzulla's allergic to he's a live and die by the plan.
Find a way to score more than 6 points in 8.5 minutes. That was